Demon's Crest, a game, as you all know, I have struggled to get for a very long time, until now. I borrowed Ricky's. Hey Ricky, can I borrow Demon's Crest? No. Okay. Demon's Crest, or in Japan, known as Dimanzu Berry and Makaruma Masu no Henzoke, is a side-scrolling slash platforming slash flying slash demon-loving-ish video game developed by Capcom for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System that was released in 1994. This is actually the third game in the Ghosts and Goblins series, with that being first, then Gargoyle's Quest on the Game Boy, and now this one. The story for the game revolves around the CRESTs, 6 magical stones which preside over their respective elements: fire, earth, water, air, time, and heaven. When all of the crests are combined, the Crest of Infinity will appear, allowing its holder to infinite power and infinite super abilities. Doesn't that kind of sound like a cartoon I've seen as a kid? He's our hero, gonna take pollution down to zero. He's our No, I guess not. As the game begins, Phalanx already began using the crest to become the ruler of the demon realm, while Firebrand, which is who you are playing as, is imprisoned in an amphitheater and made to fight the zombified demon dragon. After Firebrand wins, you escape victoriously. You set out to regain the crest and get revenge on that meanie-weenie Phalanx. I actually really enjoyed the story for this game. It had like a certain dark edge to it that kind of pushed it over the limits of being the regular dark, and especially for the Super Nintendo. I was used to playing games like Mario Brothers and Donkey Kong Country, which are amazing games, but this one almost gave me like a horror feel without being like any type of survival horror game. The gameplay here in Demon's Crest is a mix of your standard platforming, but with some mild RPG elements. The stages are divided into 6 main areas and can be played multiple times. More often than not, you will have to revisit a level with new crests in order to access new areas, items, and bosses that could not be accessed before. As far as your abilities go for your character, well, as they say in France, your powers are muy bueno. Oui, oui. You have fire breath, obviously. Well, his name is Firebrand. Claws for clinging onto and climbing walls, and wings to fly like an eagle, soaring over the Neverlands of Mount Rushmore, St. Louisville Town, and Batman's Smallville Street. As you collect crests, you can transform and gain new powers that are specified for specific combat and exploration. Hello? I'm still recording! Such as Ground, Gargoyle, Aerial, Tidal, Legend, wait for it. Okay, that joke's over. Legendary and Ultimate. Other items to collect include extra hit points, flasks, and spell volumes for using consumable magic items and talismans that can even more improve your powers. As far as the game plays and handles, I would say it's pretty good. It wasn't anything amazing. I would definitely say it's right on par with a lot of other 16-bit platformers. The only complaint I have about the game is the lack of enemies and repetitive music. The music does kind of drag on and it does kind of sound the same throughout some of the levels, but otherwise, Demon's Crest is nothing but a good time. I should probably mention how the ending of the game goes. I mean, this is a review. I didn't beat it, so I don't know. Here's my guess to how the game ended. You get to the final boss, and the Call of Duty Ghost guy comes out and pew, 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 and then there's a giant laser cat that destroys the world. And Mega Man is presented in a new Capcom game called Mighty Number 10. 1. Point Alpha Heist. Point 2. So overall analysis of the game, I would say it's right up there as being a pretty darn good game, especially when comparing it to other games in the 16-bit world of platforming. But as far as getting a physical copy of the game, it's pretty impossible unless you want to pay a really high price or unless you're willing to kill your friend, which is worth it. We'll have a good funeral, and I can steal more games. Dr. Wily will stop at nothing to control the world, and who would have thought his next move would be to attack the world's most popular sport? Dr. Light is ready and he's preparing Mega Man for a new type of battle. As the two best soccer teams in the nation took to the field for the championship, suddenly the stadium was pelted with blasts of fire.